Hey there, it's Jenny from Southern Savers. It's Monday night and time for our Q&A. So this is your chance to ask any questions that you have, saving money, couponing, budgeting, an individual deal at a store. The sky's the limit. I am completely cool with way off topic as well, but I always bring a topic too. So tonight I wanted to hit on ways to de-stress couponing. This shouldn't be something that we need to make a lot of excuses for. It also shouldn't be something that's really, really just overwhelming. So I know when you get started that there's the learning curve, and the learning curve itself can be incredibly just overwhelming for some folks. So we're going to hit a little bit on the basics, but I really did want to just share some of the tips that I do to try to make it faster for me. I don't have all the time in the world. And there are even some weeks that I'm like, I got to get to the store. We've got to, enough of this. So we're all in the same boat. It's how to make this faster and still save a chunk of money. That's the goal. So that's what I want to go through tonight. And then we will definitely hit questions as well. So between myself or my husband, we are both in the comments. And hopefully we will not miss anything. But if for some reason I don't answer your question right away, just ask it again. I will not be offended at all if you stick it back in there. And it will just help to make sure that I see it versus, you go the whole hour waiting for me to answer it and I never saw it. That would be really sad. So that's what we're going to dive into. And I think it is something that will help everybody, even folks who've been around for a while. There's always something that we can pick up, even in sharing with other people. So if you want to chime in the comments, some of the things that you do as we go through to make this faster for you, please feel free, because we can all definitely learn from lots of folks. And Danielle's already got a idea for next week. Danielle, that's a good one. We've talked about saving for baby in the past, but we could totally do saving for baby. So I will work it in there. I don't know if it'll be next week. I kind of have things mapped out, but I will try to work it in there within the next few weeks for sure. So to dive in, let's do basics for 5 minutes. Here's your elevator speech as to how to save money in the grocery store. Because if you don't understand the basics, it'll make it kind of tricky in terms of hitting the tips on how to make this faster or less stressful. So 5-minute elevator speech on this is that I want to focus on learning what the best price is for the items that I buy in the grocery store, and then stocking up on them when I see that best price. Look, I just summed it up in 30 seconds. That was even easier. So ultimately, the hardest part when you're getting started is figuring out that best price. That is not something that just happens automatically. It takes a little bit of time, but honestly, the easiest way is that the minute that you buy something on sale with a coupon, you'll probably never forget that price. So you don't need me to tell you what a good price is after you have paid nothing for a tube of toothpaste. You know that nothing is a great price, but it's getting there and it's doing those deals until it's in your head and until you've got that one covered. So you're going to need something in the beginning to help you spot what is a good deal and that this is the week to buy it. That's our goal. So in terms of that, what I would recommend is just letting me hold your hand, using the lists that are on Southern Savers. It's free. And then saying, hey, if it's on the list today, it's a great price. So key thing to know there, if you didn't already, is the lists that are on Southern Savers, they are not the entire Publix weekly ad or the entire Kroger weekly ad. It is only the items that are 40% off or more today in the store. So if you're looking at that list, you could just kind of go down the list. What will we use here? And add it to your shopping list. If it's on the list, it is a good time to go ahead and grab that item. So hopefully if you're getting started, that makes it as simple as possible. Just follow the list and let me hold your hand. But once you buy the items, you may learn, you know what, this is on the Publix list, but if I wait, I can actually get this better somewhere else. So an example of that would be that I do go ahead and type in household and personal care items on the grocery list. They're good prices for Publix. But those of us who have been couponing for a while, we have long learned that most of our household items are not coming from the grocery store. I mean, there are always exceptions and great deals, but generally my rule of thumb is if you eat it, it comes from a grocery store. And if you don't eat it, it comes from a drugstore. So Publix is going to try, and they're going to have some freebies, and they're going to win on those. But the drugstore is really the one that's going to win on a lot of those items. Now, when you're first getting started, let's take any deal, because anything is better than what you were doing. So, just to emphasize that, and we can apply that to everything: dieting, saving money, anything is better than nothing. So take whatever deal's easy for you. If you can't jump into a grocery store and a drugstore, you're just not ready for that, then don't. Let's just grab the deals that are at the grocery store and let's go home. We don't need to just stress out trying to hit all of these stores all over town. I don't do that. One grocery store, one drugstore is really what I would be encouraging you to do, when you can handle it. So let's start in the grocery store. We spend most of our money on groceries. So start in the grocery store, figure that out. When you're ready, let's jump into the drugstore. But that's all. I don't need to go to Publix and Kroger and Bi-Lo and everybody else in town just to get one or two deals in those stores. You can, and it can also drive you insane. So, just tone it down a little bit if that's where you are, or don't go there at all if you're getting started. Keep it really small and really simple for yourself as you're getting going. So Paige, great question. Does the best price change over time? So we do see inflation. We do see coupon values that have decreased. So, and it doesn't help that we've also had a few stores that have stopped doubling through the years. So in our, oh goodness, how long? 12 years of couponing. Have there been some better deals? Possibly through the years. But I would say at the same time, Paige, that we've seen other aspects come through to save. So 12 years ago, there were no mobile apps. Guys, I had a flip phone when we first started couponing. So, so much has changed in that realm that's opened up more ways to save. And while we've lost doubling over here, we kind of gained something over here. I don't know long term that a lot has changed. There's still free toothpaste. I'm trying to think back on what some of those crazy deals may have been in the beginning. We used to see pasta completely free, and we still will with occasional coupons, but you need to be okay with paying the 30 or 40 cents for it as well. I think that is also another point to mention, that while I may get something, I grabbed lots of show and tell, but I didn't grab any food. So while I may go in and I may get a box of pasta completely free this week, 6 weeks from now when it's back on sale, it may not be completely, it just depends on how the coupon lines up with the sale. So we need to be okay with a general price range and realize that while it was completely free last time, I'm going to be okay with 25 cents this time. And that I would put just as a blanket advice for most of your groceries, because the coupon values are always changing, or the coupons are released, but they didn't ever line up with the buy one, get one sale this round, whatever it might be. Now, on personal care, I don't feel like we've seen prices change much. This has been free for the last 12 years, So, I feel like that's really a grocery warning versus a personal care warning on that one. Let's see. To jump into some other questions really quick while we're stopped. Jamie says, off topic, when you get a minute, the Publix, I think you mean the e-coupons are never there. When I click on them from the Southern Savers website, it'll take me to Publix.com. I'll be logged in, but they aren't ever there. So Jamie, the tricky part with the Publix digital coupons is that I update them in our database probably twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. But the minute that they line up with a buy one, get one sale, they go really, really fast. So I did a Facebook Live yesterday almost as soon as I pushed the Publix ad and finished it and said, you guys need to go and clip all these digital coupons because they're not going to last. So that might be kind of changing your routine a little bit. And so instead of, I'm going to sit down on Tuesday night and I'm going to pull my list and get my coupons together because the ad starts on Wednesday, it might be more that I've started getting the list up on Saturday night. Not really telling anybody that, but it's there on Saturday night. So it might be just part of your routine on Sunday that you sit down and just load the digital coupons that you want, because they're going super fast for Publix. And I think it's because they're so easy. If anything, you got a lot of folks who don't want a coupon, but they will gladly load some digital coupons and let them come off at the register. You can't really get any easier than that. They aren't lasting very long. And then I try to come through and clean them up. It just may be that we need to do it more often on our side. It takes time and it's hard to keep up with too. So if you're logged in, you're seeing all of them. And if they're not there, that's why. Have I seen any 1-cent deals on copy paper lately? So Carrie, we haven't. We didn't see any deals on copy paper other than like buy one, get one over back to school time. We saw some deals on cardstock recently for Office Depot, but that was it. We have seen reams as low as $2 or $3 a ream. And some of them, if you're willing to get a 10-pack or a 12-pack case, getting down to $1, but that's about as cheap as we've seen. There are free batteries this week, though, if that helps. So head to Office Depot and Office Depot Rewards. This post is up on the homepage of Southern Savers right now. But you can get 2 free packs of batteries. I don't know if that's a consolation prize, but it's something. So what's considered personal care at CVS? I had a coupon for $2 off personal care. I bought body wash and was told that body wash was not personal care. That's kind of funny, Karen. I would put that in personal care. You use it on your person. I don't know. If they can't tell me, I think that could be a poll the audience kind of question. But I would say body wash should be in there. Maybe they're thinking like feminine products. I have no clue if they're not thinking body wash. Paige, we'll take one more and then we're going to jump on for a second and I'll come back to questions. So Paige says, kind of off topic, if I have a rain check for an item at CVS that I was planning to use with a coupon, I know that the rain check doesn't expire. Will CVS take the expired coupon? No, they will not, Paige. So if your rain check never expires, if your coupon expires, what you're going to want to do is just hold on to your rain check until hopefully you get another coupon to go with it. And, if it's for some of these more national brand items that we see on sale all the time, then you're going to be good to go. If it's for something that's kind of rare, maybe not. But hopefully they'll line back up for you. But they will not take an expired coupon. Okay, to jump back in to de-stressing. So we hit the basics. That was our key first point. We buy it on sale, and then we buy enough of it to last us until it's back on sale. The biggest part of that being that it's about 6 weeks. So I want to go in, I want to get enough of whatever I need, pasta, whatever you're grabbing, to last you that 6-week mark. If you don't, so let's say you already have some in the pantry, you're getting started, you're like, you know what, I've got 1 or 2, I don't need to get any this week. Do you have enough to last 6 weeks? And if the answer is no, you need to go ahead and get one this week. Because it's really hard to come in and pay full price for, one example this week, ragu. You're going to be able to get ragu pasta sauce for 40 cents a jar for the new Ragu Simply pasta. 40 cents. Full price is $2.40. That hurts. It's painful. The cereal is painful. So you're going to want to get enough. Now, let's step back. We got the basics. So to kind of de-stress from just the overwhelming part as you're getting started. So if you are brand new, the first thing I would push for you is let's figure out the grocery store. Once you kind of have your feet wet, you've figured out making a list on Southern Savers and getting your coupons together, you've done a couple grocery trips, then let's figure out the drugstores when you're ready. But let's do both of those very small. So a big piece of advice that I give most people when they're first getting started is head to the list on Southern Savers and pick maybe 10 items of what is on sale. So We're going to look at that for a second. So this is the list, and let me make it as big as I can for you guys. This is the list of everything that's on sale at Publix. I know you may not have a Publix, but it gives you the general idea. There's a lot of options here. Let's look at Wednesday's ad because it's a little bit more fun than Monday night talking about the ad that's about to expire. I would recommend if you're brand new that you go through here. Let's see if I can make myself a little smaller for you guys. Get out of the way just a little bit. I would recommend that you go through and pick maybe 10, just 10 items from like the buy one, get one section or a couple of things that you need that aren't buy one, get one. And let's focus on those, preferably with coupons, but you know, things that you'll use and aim to grab those 10 items. That's it. Make a really small list. The reason for that is when you're first getting started, one of the things that's going to end up taking a lot of time are the printable coupons that are going to send you to manufacturers' websites. Because this printable, I'm going to get you as close as I can. And if we load this one, we're going to end up at a Purdue page generally. And when we end up here, a lot of times, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to have to log in, create an account if you never have before, and it's going to take time. So slowly, this is going to take less time because you have created the accounts. You are ready to print the coupons as soon as you get there. But when you're first getting started, you could feel like this part right here is taking, you know, half of your time just creating accounts. So that's why I say let's start small with just 10 items. Let's kind of get our feet wet. Let's basically set ourselves up for a win and not an overwhelmingly stressful moment in the store. One other tip along this line. So when I come in, you know, here's our coupon. And as I say that, I think it actually is not going to make us do that. So not to pick on Purdue. I think it's going to let us print them all without logging in. So thank you, Purdue. But Kellogg's, I mean, there's a number of sites that are going to make you log in and make you do things to be able to print. So with those sites, a huge tip that I have stuck with for years is first create a couponing create an email just for couponing. So go to Gmail, Hotmail, you know, there's so many free email accounts out there. Do that. They're going to send you a lot of email. You're not really going to want that in your personal email all the time. I still want you to check it because they're going to send you coupons. But this way, it's kind of de-stressing your inbox just a little bit. But you're also going to do one other thing. And this, my security engineering husband would not like this one. But, you know, we set up that dummy email account. And I want you to basically use the same password for these manufacturers' websites. So we're going to use that email account that I don't use for anything else personal, and then the same password on all the websites, because I can guarantee you after 12 years, if I want to print a coupon from Kimberly-Clark, it's going to take me 15 minutes to remember what the password was. They're incredibly frustrating. They make you change it every 30 days. You can't remember what it was. Yeah. So let's start off the bat with the same password. For most of those sites, I would also recommend just to make your life easier and go ahead and put a funny character in it because they're all requiring a number and a character now. And, you know, you're good from the start for a while, at least all on that same password. What I would not recommend right away is linking them to your Facebook account. So they're all going to be up for that. They're going to be very willing for you to do that. I don't know that it's going to help you out any to do that other than possibly making it easier to log in, but you're also giving them a lot of personal information about you. So that's why I like the set up a separate account, use a separate password just for all those sites. You know, if somebody breaks into Kellogg's and steals a password for Kellogg's, they have not stolen a password that I used anywhere else. It's kind of my couponing password. So hopefully that would help you guys too, because it's going to save you a lot of time in the logging in and the creating accounts for those pages if you're kind of using that same information for it. By the way, you don't even have to give them your real name. So for a long time, I used to give the sites the name of our dog. And they don't really send mailers anymore, but back then we would get mail to Major Merton. So you can go super secure if you want to with this dummy account and dummy password. But the point is to save yourself time. So that's really why we're doing it in the end, is the frustration of killing your inbox, but also the frustration of having to remember those logins. It's going to save a lot of time. So we're going to use the list on Southern Savers, pick 10 items, gather the coupons for those 10 items, and then head to the store. Now, when you're gathering the coupons, another one that I recommend a lot, and for folks that are on for a lot of Q&As, you guys already know this, is I would highly recommend that you do not cut your coupons until they show up on your shopping list. So keep them whole. All your inserts, keep them whole. And we're going to write the date on the front of them really big. So these are the ones that just came today for me. And they're going to get Sunday's date. If you don't know what that is, it's on the spine. It's in really tiny print. And yeah, I can't even do that anymore. So you just write the date somewhere on the front. It really doesn't matter. It's just there to help you spot it. And then we're going to stick everything from this Sunday in one pocket together. Now, this is not all from this Sunday. I'm really cheating because I already had out the ones from a couple of weeks ago as I was getting ready for CVS today, and I didn't put them back in. But it gives you the concept. So we write the date really big on the front. Everything from 8/26 is in one pocket. Then everything from, what was after that? I guess we had Labor Day, and then we had 9/09, and then we have, you get the idea. So then I pull my shopping list, and when the shopping list tells me, come back here for just a second. When the shopping list tells me to find the coupon, so here's Purdue again, this guy right here, find the coupon from the RMN from 8/19, then I would come in and find, I don't have 8/19 in front of me, but you get the idea. RMN being Retail Me Not. I know if you've been couponing in the past and you're jumping back into it, that is brand new for you. Retail Me Not, bought Red Plum is probably one of my number one questions right now. I at least get one person a week, if not more, that says, what is RMN? So Retail Me Not, bought Red Plum. I'm going to pull out the 8/19, August 19th, and I'm going to cut that Purdue coupon. So I'm not going to cut it. I'm not even going to touch it until it shows up on my shopping list. Once it shows up on my shopping list, then I'm going to get it out and I'm going to go ahead and cut it and I'm going to get ready to go to the store. So it makes your life a lot easier because we're not going to spend hours and hours and hours organizing coupons that we may or may not ever use in the store. You're only going to end up cutting the coupons that you know you're going to use because they're on your shopping list today. So, that said, one of the features of the shopping list is on the bottom part of it is a quick cutting guide. And for me, I only have a little tiny piece that's on this one because it ended up on another page. But this is my Publix list today. So you can my CVS list. So you can see it at the bottom. But basically what it's going to do is organize your inserts by date so that I can sit down and cut the coupons that I needed versus having, a few years ago, and I created this really to save myself time. But a few years ago, you would just start here and you would cut the coupons as you went down, but then you may find that you were back in that insert for something else. So this way they're all organized at the bottom by insert. It's going to save you a lot of time. If you don't want to print that, you can hide it up at the top of your printable shopping list page and you're good to go. So I guess I can actually pull one up for you really quick and show you what I mean too versus just showing you with me holding it up. But this is the online version of my CVS list. And so at the very bottom, I've got my big quick cutting guide. Let's see, make this bigger for you too. I know it's hard for folks that are on their phones to read. So when you're looking at this, we've got everything by date. Sit down and cut the ones you need, ignore the ones you don't. But if you don't want to print that, then up here at the top, you can just hide quick cutting guide and it is gone. I don't have to refresh or do anything like that. So I know some of you are very big print misers. That's okay. We should be saving our paper and our ink, but just so you know that that's one thing you can do. That's going to save you a lot of time just in the organization side point of just dealing with what you need for the store today. Can you go overboard? Can you cut them all and put them in one? Yeah, you can. But that's going to be hours of organizing coupons that I don't really think is going to pay off in the end, especially for most of us who are we're just trying to save money. I am not out to grab every single clearance deal that the grocery store has, because heads up, guys, if it's on clearance today, it'll still go on sale another day. So Publix may have it 50% off today. It does not mean it's the last time it will ever be on sale again. Just saying. You can stress over it if you want, but just saying. It's not really worth stressing over. Okay, so let's jump in and take a few other questions, and then we'll jump back. So Lori says, what's the best diaper deal this week? Lori, it's a toss-up for me between Target and the gift card that is in the Target weekly ad for a $20 Target gift card with a $100 baby purchase. So you're going to go big. That's a big stock up. I made a couple ideas for you that are on the Target weekly ad list. So if you go to Southern Savers and then go to Target, you'll see them right on the list. I don't know how many diapers you need, but that's probably going to be the best one this week with all of the coupons that we have out. And then CVS also has Huggies that are part of a buy 30 and get 10 back. We've got a lot of printable coupons for Huggies, and then check your CVS account. I have a coupon for $3 off any $15 diaper purchase. So just make sure that you don't have that before you decide to go to Target, because that would make the CVS deal possibly even better than the Target deal if you have that store coupon. I was tempted to get diapers today just because I had that store coupon, but I don't really need them. I would just be buying them for my sweet niece, which I don't mind doing, or niece is, but I personally don't need them right now. Let's see. Is there a corporate number to call for coupons.com? They messed up and put an extra number in my phone number to verify my phone number, and I can't print any coupons. So Elizabeth, I don't know, but I do have a contact with them. So if you will shoot me a Facebook message, because it will be really hard for me to find the comment once I hear back from them. So shoot me a Facebook message from Facebook directly, and I will send them an email tonight when we get done. Send the person I have as a contact there an email and see what they say, and maybe we can figure it out. So I'm making myself a note so I won't forget as well. But I know that they do have email, and I know that they're actually pretty bad at answering it from a customer service standpoint. So hopefully we can find you a better solution. Now, one option before that, or while in the meantime, is if you go on your web browser, and I don't know if I try to do a web share, if you guys can even see it, but on your web browser, if you go up to history, I don't know, history is kind of blocking me, so I really have no clue if you, oh yeah, you can, okay. So if you go up to history, you can go to, I'm in Chrome, but you can go to show full history, and then you can actually clear your history and your cookies, and that's what I need you to do. So it's really clearing your cookies. Now, a warning on that, as soon as you clear your cookies, it is going to log you out of every website that keeps you logged in. So if that is not something you're ready for, don't do it. But what it is going to do is reset your verification with coupons.com. And so then when you go to print coupons again, it is going to pop up and it's going to say, do you want to verify your computer to be able to print these? Now, I am going to give you guys another little tip here. So let's see if I can get you. Yeah, there we go. So if we come and you try to print coupons from Southern Savers, I just switched to Firefox for a second, which I never use Firefox. And I've actually never verified Firefox. So it still wants me to do that. But if you have couponed in the past, so I'm going to come in here and let's say I want these three. So if I come in here and I do this and I say to print them, it's going to say, let's print your coupons. And it wants me to do the verification. And I know my head's kind of in the way there, but look right here is this magical blue button. This is the big thing I want you to see. So I don't want to hit the big blue button. If you see these words right here, it's because coupons.com knows that you still have their old plugin on your system. and they will actually still let you use it. So if I hit, I'll do it later, it will go ahead and send all of those to my printer, and I can still get them now. I'm not actually hooked up to my Wi-Fi right now, so it's not going to print them, but you get the gist. It's actually going to hold it for me, thankfully. I can print them whenever I do hook back up, so they didn't really print, but they're really waiting down in my little print tray, so as soon as I connect to the printer, I can have them, and life will be happy again. But just so you kind of see that part, hopefully you might have that. I don't know how long you've been couponing, but if not, a different web browser will work for now. So I switched from Chrome to Firefox. Chrome for me is verified with a phone number. Firefox is not, or clearing your cookies. So hopefully one of those things will let you be able to print without issues while we wait to see if we can get some kind of answer from them to solve that problem. But clearing your cookies might be the easier option. Let's see. You guys have a lot of questions for me tonight, which is great. So Kroger is the same as Ralph's and has different names depending on where you are, and the deals are the same. Oh, sorry. I think that's an answer. Sorry, that Anna was answering someone else's question. What's the buy price on hairbrushes and ponytail holders whenever they go on clearance? So Carrie, we don't see a lot of coupons for them. We do, however, see a lot of sales. So we'll see them go buy one, get one in grocery stores. They will put all the Conair hairbrushes, and I never know how to say it. The Scunchie? We're going to make up a new name for them, however you want to pronounce their name. But they will put them buy one, get one, or 50% off in grocery stores. And drugstores will also put them on sale with rewards, not on a once a month basis though. We do see a lot of them closer to the holidays. So just, a warning that maybe you go big around the holidays, you get enough to last you for a while. But we do see them, I would say in the drugstore world, at least once every 3 months that they're on sale with rewards for hairbrushes and hair rubber bands, and other clips and whatnot. What's the best way to find a deal on copy paper? So Paige, it's really watching Office Depot and Staples to see what coupons they release and what deals they run. Those are going to be your best options all the time on copy paper. Occasionally we will see a Target cartwheel out on it as well for the HP or for the Up and Up brand. But that's really an occasional one. I would say 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up grabbing it in the office supply stores. So it's watching to see what they're putting on sale in terms of whether it's a case or a ream and grabbing it then. Let's see. How do I change my lists to only the papers that I get? Oh, that's a great question, Paige, and definitely on topic for kind of de-stressing some of this. So if you are, come back to this again, if you're on this list and you're thinking, you know what, I didn't get this Personal coupon, or I didn't get this or that, you can actually come up here and edit your profile. So I can go right underneath my name. So you'll always see that up in the top right-hand corner, edit profile. And then under your profile, oh, it's stuck. It took me to my dashboard. Edit profile. No, really. If you click on your name, you'll end up at your dashboard. Okay, so edit profile. And then under here, I can say what newspapers that I want to have assigned to me. Now, some of you may panic because you always had a newspaper in there and it's not in there anymore. Really what it was is that we lost the volunteer for that city. And instead of making you live in the assumption that your paper was covered, we cleaned them up because your paper wasn't covered. So now what you see is thankfully what we have someone covering. But if you would like your paper covered, so folks in Florida, like we lost the Florida Times Union, and we had a couple of others that we just no longer had anyone submitting. If you want your paper covered, it's a volunteer spot, but we're incredibly thankful for it. And it really doesn't take a ton of time, probably like 30 minutes a week. But if you want to send me an email, jenny@southernsavers.com, or a Facebook message, I can tell you how to do it. We'll be glad to put your paper in. But this is all you do. You'll see I have 2 set for me. So one of those is the Sunday coupon inserts, which is where I order my inserts from. So if you order your inserts, they're covered. Make sure that you're selecting that one. And then I go ahead and I do have it still show me my local paper as well, because Occasionally one shows up. One has not shown up for the last couple of weeks, but occasionally they're there. So you can definitely do those. You can also select what stores you have. This impacts the item search. So if we were using the item search, it would automatically only show me the deals for those 5 stores. So if we come here and we select item search, and I want to see, this is a huge one for folks when they're first getting started, show me where all the personal deals are right now. Because those are the 5 stores that I have selected, that is what it's going to auto search. You can always change this to be whatever you want it to select. Show me every store in Purcell. I don't think you really want to do that, but you could. So then it is going to spit out, as soon as we tell it to search, every single deal on Purcell this week. And there's a lot of them. These are all the stores, and you can then decide where you want to go and what store. So it really depends on the store and the deal that you have in your area. So I would recommend searching the item search for the stores that are actually in your area instead of just every single one of them, or the stores that you're willing to shop. Maybe that's the better way to put it, versus every single store. So for me, I tend to stick with 4 or 5. So I'll put in Publix, Bilo, Kroger, CVS, and Target. Those are probably the main 5. And then hit search. And that way, the item search, it's going to help you spot what's on sale right now and who has the best deal. But I'm not going to be going all over town. I'm just going to be heading to the stores that I want to, and I'm not going to be overwhelmed with all of what it returns either. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Catalina number. Yes, Maria, I saw your email. I did. That's how my life's been these last few weeks. Email is not my happy place right now. So if you have an issue with the Catalina not printing, they've actually, upped their game a lot, Maria. And really, if you Google, I'm trying to think of what it was that brings it up. So I will give you, I'll just stick this link in once I get there. But if you can go straight to the Catalina website, and they will give you they will let you go through and fix it online. You can submit a little form and you're done, and you can get all of your problems solved, in a sense, if a coupon did not print the way that you thought it was going to print in the store. This is actually taking me a little longer to find on their website, but I will find it for you, and I will stick it in the comments. It just might take me a little bit. So let's see. But you don't need to call them anymore. So it does make it a lot easier. If you don't know what a Catalina is, these are the ones that are printing when you are checking out. So they are next to the receipt as you are checking out on those little pieces of paper. And here we go. So I'm going to stick this in the comments for you, Maria. I found it. So it's support.catalina.com. And then it's going to just ask you to give them some key information off the top of your receipt, and you're done. And they will mail you your Catalina. You didn't have to call anybody, which makes me happy. We live in the time period of nobody wants to talk to anybody on the phone. And that one works for me. Yes. So back to questions. We're going to do one more, and then I'm going to, I'll jump back in. So, so Ruby says, I'm a full-time wife, mom of 7, who really needs to save on buying groceries since I can only buy groceries once a month. So there's a tricky one though, Ruby, because honestly, to save the most on groceries, we really do want to try to go once a week. Now, once a week, these purchases are going to be a lot smaller, nowhere near what you're doing once a month. So maybe if you could, let's try to say, this week, let's plan our meals based off of what we already have. And let's put $25 aside and say, I'm going to head into the store and I'm going to try to grab just the key things that I know we're going to use this week that are super cheap, that are on sale with coupons, and go ahead and get enough of those. And then week by week, let's try to stock up on a few more things so that come the end of the month where you would normally, or beginning of the month, where you would normally make that huge purchase, you don't need to anymore because you've stocked up on a number of things. And it may take you a little longer to stock up than it might take other folks. But But this way, you're grabbing a little bit as you can each week, to where maybe at the end of the month, I grab half of what I normally grabbed, and then we try to do a little bit better each week. But you're going to save so much more shopping weekly, because if I go once a month, only 1/6 of what we would normally purchase is on sale. So you got to think about what you would normally grab. It's being spread out over a 6-week sale cycle. So 1/6 is on sale each week, but you're heading in for only one little chunk of that, and you're missing 5 chunks of it. So that's where we don't want to necessarily shop on a once a month basis. We want to get into smaller once a week bases, and then plan your meals off of what's on sale if you can, to help you get through until they are, until you're really stocked and really lined up with those sales. Okay, I see some other questions coming through in terms of organizing. So in terms of individual coupons, Maria, I think what you're meaning is like coupons that are already cut, or coupons that I found in the store. So for me, please, I stick mine in here. This is really overkill. It's way more than I need, and I use that only because I have it with me, and it's already made. But really, just a normal coupon holder will work. You're not going to have a ton of loose things that end up in there. So for me, like baking has 2 coupons in it right now. There's not a lot. Everything's really whole in the inserts until I go to cut them. But you're always going to have moments like this. Like this came in a pack of K-Cups one time. So what am I going to do? It doesn't expire until December. It's got to have a place to live. Or the coupons that you printed, and again, they don't expire for a really long time. Like that, the Starbucks Plus that's available, it doesn't expire until October, but I printed this last month. So it has to have a place to live, but most of these have almost nothing in them. So a little tiny coupon folder will be enough for most people for those individual loose coupons to go along with the big accordion system. And it'll be a lot less stress. So this bag I already had made to use to show for workshops. So it does come along with me, but I'm very honest in saying that it is overkill. A good chunk of the pockets are completely empty, and I don't even touch it in the store. So I had it with me today in CVS, and I do have a CVS pocket. That's where the coupons are in, but I didn't go through any other coupon pocket while I was in the store. So having them in a Ziploc bag would have worked as well. Like, I don't really have to carry the bag. I just do because it's there and it's easy. Okay. I have a whole list for us to get through. So I gotta get back on topic here for a second. So another one, this is a small soapbox for me right now. I ended up kind of starting to follow a couple of random Facebook groups that are on the insane side. And it's been eye-opening for me in terms of, being at this for 12 years. You end up actually kind of laid back after a while. You've seen it all come through. It's not I need to go buy everything in the store kind of mentality after a while. We buy what we need. We stay stocked on what we need, but I don't have to clear out Dollar General. Really, I don't. So along those lines, guys, you need to set a budget. And across the board, there should always be a budget. I don't care how good the deal is. I don't care that they're all 25 cents. If there's no more money, you should stop buying them. So small soapbox, but true soapbox. And with that, when it comes to groceries, you need to do the same thing. If you have to chant to yourself in the store, it will come on sale again. Do that. Because it will. I promise. This is not the last sale that we will ever see on pasta. I promise. So get enough for 6 weeks. It will come on sale again. And don't stress yourself out, because getting a ton actually does end up causing you more stress in the end. You have to figure out where you're going to put all of this. Odds are someone at home is going to slightly make fun of your pasta issues as well. But we don't need to go there. You're also going to be a little stressed out when you're checking out, because the cashier is going to flip out at you for having that many as well. So let's just not go there. Also, along the same lines, and when you're first getting started, let's try really hard to shop once a week. And I know that this is a sore subject for some of you who are on with me a lot, because I've seen you mention it in your comments, how it's hard to not want to run out for the next deal or the next deal that pops up. For me, one of the best things we ever did was move outside of town. So going into town is a haul, and I really only want to do that once a week. I can't run out and get every single deal that pops up. It would be way too much gas to do it, but it's really way too much time. And I would encourage the same for you. So let's make the shopping list. Maybe you make it and you keep adding things to it. I don't know if you knew you could do that, but on Southern Savers you can. So if I make a Publix list, I can come back and keep saving to the same list that I already made as more deals pop up. I don't have to run out this second to the store, and just take that stress out of it as well, guys. So once a week is a huge way to de-stress your couponing. Not to mention that, you're not cutting your coupons now and you're only in the store once a week. It's going to start to feel a little toned down, but you're still going to save a ton of money. I don't have to be the first person there. If they're out, get a rain check. Depending on the store you're in, they could have a really great rain check policy like CVS. Rain checks never expire. Publix, if I want to go in, Paige was asking about using an expired coupon. If I'm a Publix shopper, I can use an expired coupon with a rain check. So it's just learning that store's policy, but you're still going to be able to get some great deals and not have to be in the store every single day, I promise. And then eventually our goal is one drugstore and one grocery store. So that's what we want to work up to, but we don't need to go everywhere. If I did, again, I'd be driving myself crazy. So I mentioned the ragu. If you're a Kroger shopper and 40-cent ragu seems really enticing, hold up, because it's 75 cents at Kroger. Yes, it is 35 cents more. It's still a great price. And Kroger is going to beat Publix on a few things. So if that is the store that you've chosen, just stick with the store that you're in. You may end up paying a tiny bit more on something over here that Publix has beaten over here. But in the end, it's probably going to even out. Now, I'm not a Kroger person. I do have that as an option. I don't feel like they beat Publix across the board a ton of times. So I tend to be a BOGO shopper versus a mega event shopper. But it's really up to you and what promotional model makes you happy. But just stick with it. It's much easier in the end if you do that. And then another big one in terms of getting ready to go to the store. I did this when I was little, when my kids were much younger. And that was that we set a timer. So when I was sitting down and making my shopping list and then cutting the coupons that my shopping list told me to cut, I set a timer. And when the timer went off, we went to the store. I did not cut any more coupons. We were done. Because at that moment, and for me, it was 45 minutes. That's how much time I gave myself. In that moment, it's when I kind of turned into like evil mom. The kids were destroying the house behind me. I just wanted to get this done with. We don't need to go past that point. So just get it on sale without the coupon. I know it's hard to admit, but when you're getting started, we don't need to spend 4 hours getting a list together. So set a timer. You decide how long you want that to be. And when it goes off, let's just go. Let's get the BOGOs without the coupons. And then next time, hopefully we will have gotten a little further on the list. Now that my kids are older, my timer is much easier because even today, I made everyone take a little pause from school and cut my coupons. So I print them and I print the list and then I hand the list over to them and I tell them to print or to cut the printables and I hand them that quick cutting guide and I have them cut the insert. So that's just part of like your payment for getting to eat here is that you get to help. But there was a day when nobody knew how to cut around this place except for me. So I do remember what that's like. And the timer was a huge, huge help for me for sure. So Ruby asks, can I get, am I able to get coupons if I don't have a way to print them and I don't get the Sunday paper? So Ruby, what you're going to want to do is go strictly with digital coupons that I'm going to load directly on the store's website and use those in the store. And then I'm going to go with mobile apps that I use on my phone. So I don't know if you have a phone, but that would be the route that I would go if you do have a smartphone or even a tablet. And then some of those mobile apps are actually going to let you use them just directly from their website. But between digital coupons and mobile apps, you'll still save a chunk. Would you save more if you had the printables and the paper? Yes, but let's take what you can get. There is the possibility that you could go and to your public library and print as well from the library. The tricky part there is if somebody else has beaten you to it and they've already printed those coupons, then it might not work from that library computer. So that is one option, though, to at least check into. So Beverly, where did I buy the accordion coupon holder? So if you mean this little one that I held up Beverly, this is just a normal coupon folder. It usually has a flip over and you loop it at the bottom, but I've just cut the top off permanently. So that's all it is just a normal little coupon holder, and you can get them all over the place, Walmart, Target. The larger ones, which is what I normally put my whole inserts in, so they make an accordion, and that's what I thought you were mentioning, but they make an accordion that these guys fit in. These are actually on clearance. If your Target still has school supplies, my Target had a chunk of them. So look in the school supply section for an accordion file folder, and that's what we're going to put these in. I keep holding it upside down. It has such a funny picture, but hopefully that helps. That's where you want to look. Do I know when Harris Teeter is going to super double again? Yes, Wendy, it is going to be earlier than it normally was. They were early last month, so it's going to be September 30th. Sunday, September 30th through October 2nd. So it's still that Sunday to Tuesday, but it's coming up. So it's like, what, 14 days? Really, really close. But very fun. So Aaron, way off topic question. With all the good cartwheel deals Evil Target's having recently, is there any thought of them expanding it so that you can use it online? So sometimes they do, Aaron, run their cartwheel offers online with a coupon code. I know they have been doing that with a lot of their furniture and their household deals. They've got bedding that's 30%, an additional 30% off bedding and bath through tomorrow with the coupon codes. And a lot of times if you just go to the site, the items will say it right underneath it. So it's not really like a hidden coupon code. They're coming right out and they're telling you what those offers are. But with the cartwheels that are off of like personal care and grocery, I don't know that you're going to see them pushing that a lot on their website because they're really not doing a lot of those items being shipped. They do run the gift cards online. So Dove this week, when you buy Dove body wash and Dove soap and deodorant, that gift card, I could buy those online and I would get that gift card. But most people are buying those items in the store and they know that. So they are not pushing to do a lot of the consumable products, cartwheels, online. It's more the home decor and home products. Not really what you were wanting to hear though, I think. Let's see. I have a question on the Target app. Do I need to have them scan my scan at checkout code before or after the 10% thank you code in the wallet? So I think I know what you mean. So inside the Target app, you need to have them scan. I'm just making sure we're good. We need to go in and have them scan each individual coupon first. So I can kind of show you what I mean by that. But inside the Target app, we've got a lot of options. First, we want to load any cartwheels. And then when we go to check out, oh, that's not what I wanted. We're going to hit wallet. I wasn't thinking there for a second. And then under wallet, it wants my fingerprint, but I'm not going to give it to it. So I have my red card linked. You don't have to have your red card linked to get the 10%. It turns out I thought that you would. A lot of folks did. But if you come in here, you'll see thank you underneath at the very bottom. I want them to scan this. Then I can come back and have them scan any of these. But I really do want them to scan that 10% first. If you want the Dyson, you could, they can keep scanning any of these that you want to grab and then come and scan your at checkout, especially if you have your red card linked. Do not scan that until you have used your red card. And if you have linked your red card, you should know by now that you have to hold your thumbprint. So what you're looking at isn't my red card with my thumbprint. It kind of blanks all that out if you don't log in with it. But that's the one you want to scan last, is the scan at checkout. So I want to start with all of those coupon offers first. Hopefully that answers your question. And then I want to jump into the others. But don't miss your 10% for everyone with a red card, because that's pretty huge for this week. Okay. Oh, and Paige, do I usually post for the office supply stores? So I post a lot of the office supply store deals during back to school season. But I actually made the decision to no longer post them earlier this year outside of back to school season because there really weren't a lot of people that were using the lists. Now, whenever I see sales, though, I do try to post those. So I actually posted 2 Office Depot deals today. They've got clearance back to school deals that they're running online. So there you go, Erin. You can have it shipped. and the free batteries. So you should add all of those into your cart together if you can. But I don't post them on a week in, week out basis because they're ads. I mean, we might be talking about like 5 things in the ad that were worth grabbing. And it got to where folks weren't really even looking at the page. Okay. How do I organize my printables? So Carrie, I will print some that I know that I will go early, but most of the printables I would actually leave there. I'm not going to go in and just start printing to go crazy. Occasionally I will print a bunch just because I'll show them to you guys on Facebook Lives to be able to walk through what the new printables are. And you know, half the time that I do that, I end up using half of them. However, this week I did get to mail one to somebody because I had printed the Food Saver coupon and I don't need a third Food Saver. Having 2 is already more than we needed, and that's a long story. But there are some that I don't think are going to last long, and I will go ahead and print those. So here's my truthful answer for you, Carrie. The first step in organizing those is that they live in a little stack. And then when I have time to deal with this stack, they really get organized out by category and just put in here. So anything that I printed early, anything that I found in the store ends up in those individual pockets. This is the stack that I cut this morning before I went to CVS, and I have not organized it out. I pulled out what I needed for CVS, and then it kind of just got stuck in the front. But you know, we're going to keep it real. So that's the process. They have to spend a little bit of time in the stack, right, before they get separated out. Okay. Should I plan meals around what's on sale? So yes, you should, especially when you're first getting started. Now, once you have a stockpile, once you've been doing this for a few weeks, I really can plan my meals off of whatever I want to eat. So I actually just finished typing up our meal plan. I'll post tomorrow on the site. But one of the things that was on our meal plan, we ate it for dinner last night, was cabbage stir fry. It was pretty incredible, but it called for ground beef. Ground beef is not on sale this week in Publix, but when it comes to meat, I want to buy that when it's on sale, and I want to have that in the freezer so that I'm good to go whenever I really want to eat it. That's the goal of buying it when it's on sale and stocking up on it. But when you're first getting started, you don't have any sort of stockpile. So you do need to plan your meals based on those sales. So for my Publix folks, you're going to have, starting Wednesday, buy one, get one pork loin, ground chuck, which is beef, is back on sale. Purdue chicken is also on sale. So just those 3 together, you've got a lot of meat choices. Grab what you can, stock up a little bit on what you can, and then you're good to go for maybe even another week when some of those things are not on sale. The flip side of that, there are some things that are horrible priced. Publix has keto salmon, or not, I don't even remember what the name of it was, but a special kind of salmon, $12.99 a pound. That's insane. I can get salmon on sale for $6.99, maybe $7.99 a pound, depending on where we go, to pay $12.99. Not this week, just because it's in the ad does not mean it's on sale. So just keep that in mind. But if we're focusing on sale meats, yes, let's plan our meals around those. Meats being the key piece, and then, you know, some of the other things you may need for those recipes if you don't have them. Okay. Archer missed, I don't know if I understand the question on the CRTs not printing. I don't know. Send me a Facebook message and maybe I'll understand them, but I'm not 100% understanding what you're meaning by my CRTs are not printing and the Archer missed part in the beginning. So maybe I'll understand. Okay, so, and Aaron's answering questions on CVS. CVS does not have a pickup in store option. Is that going to be an option for them to change in the future? Oh, your question just went up. So the no extra care bucks and having to spend $49 before free shipping. So Aaron, I don't know that they're going to go back, but it's just one of those where they decided no one was using it and they've really moved to Instacart. That's where everyone's gone, is either lining up with Instacart or lining up with Shipt. And so with those systems, you're not going to earn any rewards programs with them. I think for you, if you're going to want to get online deals from one of the drugstores, I would recommend Walgreens or Rite Aid. And that's hard to confess because I'm a CVS girl, but both of those programs do offer their rewards programs with the shipped items. So that's the route I would go. I mean, you can even do the Walgreens bonus perks online, where with CVS you can't do any of it. And that's interesting that CVS has not tried to, keep up with those two competitors on that side, but they have definitely not done that. So lots of CVS questions that you guys are chiming in and answering for folks too. Let's see. So to jump back to a few other things, because we're almost out of time. Oh, yes. So one other tip I wanted to give you on mobile apps. Using the mobile apps, one that has started saving me just a chunk of time is with Ibotta, especially when you are inside of Ibotta, trying to scroll through and look at all of the offers. If I've just gotten home from Publix and I want to sit here and I want to go through everything, it can take you ages. So it's almost using the advice that I would give you in Target, which is scanning items as you put them in your buggy to see if there's a Target cartwheel for those items. Do the same thing with Ibotta. So don't search. If anything, assign this to a kid if you need to, but let's just scan. And I don't know that it's going to work. Sometimes for me, I get no results whatsoever when I'm hooked up to the computer for some reason. It's like it goes into stupid mode. But if I scan, and there aren't any for this, so I know that, but all I need to do is scan the barcode, and it's going to tell me. They've actually made it better because you used to have to scan and then hit search. But as long as I do those two things, it's set. So do that instead. It'll pull up anything that it does find. So let's say I'll search for one that I was looking for earlier. These are the ones that make for freebies at Publix tomorrow. Then I can come in here and I can load them all straight from this page. I can learn the little fact that I need to learn. I don't ever read those, but I can do it from the search page versus going through over and over, just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through the Publix. Because of the way that they have this set up, you're going to see the same offers constantly going past you. So it's going to show you each of these little sections across the top. I don't know if you can see me moving that, but it basically goes through those. And so you're thinking like, man, I've seen those Philly Swirl Pops now 4 times. And it's just not the best use of your time. So I would recommend that with the Target app and with Ibotta, that you just get in the habit of scanning barcodes. Remember with Target though, and Target Cartwheel, that I want to scan all of those before I check out, because that is the only way that I'm going to get that savings in the store, is to scan it. So look, I scanned it. My offer is saved. I didn't have to do anything. It just took me 2 seconds. And it knew that there was one there, and we're good to go. Sometimes it will also show you any others that are nearby. So, if I wanted to grab something else, I could, and it's going to offer save that as well as soon as I scan it. So, save yourself some time. Don't go searching through things over and over and over again. You're going to be much happier that you've done it that way versus, just wasting a lot of time with mobile apps. Now, Ibotta and Target are the easiest two to do that in, but Saving Star and Checkout 51 both have search options, so at least use those instead of trying to just constantly look all the way down so that you're not missing anything. Let's see. Do I ever buy meat in the grocery store? So, Carrie, it's pretty rare for me. I probably will grab a BOGO pork loin this week because I did put it on our meal plan. But pork isn't actually something that we eat a lot of. We eat mostly beef and chicken and occasional fish. And I do get most of that from the U.S. Foods restaurant supply store. It's much cheaper than the grocery store. So that's the route for me. Let's see. And Aaron's chiming in that the Corn's baked chicken nuggets are delicious. I'm glad. I've never tried them. But if you're going to give them to me, we probably are going to definitely use them. And Cindy's got a tip. So scanning barcodes can really drain your phone battery, so she carries a portable phone battery with her. That's a great idea. And those are super, super cheap to do. So, and Stacy's saying even the Kroger app and scrolling through the Kroger app is kind of crazy. So Kroger app does have a search feature as well, Stacy, so I would use that. That said, Kroger's website and just the main search for Kroger's website will even pull up those offers as well. But with Kroger and Kroger's app, guys, they also scan barcodes. So if you haven't done it even in their app, you can. And it pulls up the item. It wants me to buy it. If I don't want to buy it, it usually also will bring up the coupon as well. It didn't want to that time. Let's see if we can, I know that there are coupons for these things. But you can kind of go through and use that too if you wanted to. Let's see. Well, it's not wanting to participate, but use the search if that's the least that you can do for Kroger. If your barcode is not wanting to pull up the coupons, they may be gone, but I was pretty sure that they were still there. Crest Kids, not seeing the others, but we can search that way too. And as long as you spell it right, it will, I don't even have to hit enter. It just auto pulled them up. And I guess it was right. There weren't any that were specifically for Crest. So we won't yell at them for that one. Here, we'll give it one more shot and try this because I have not bought diapers in Kroger recently. Let's see if that'll work. So this is your last shot, Kroger, and then we're going to fire you. I don't know. Even that one didn't. But it has. I know it has in the past. But at least use your main search and see what you get for it and save yourself some time for sure. So Crystal, I loved Zaycon, but Zaycon doesn't exist anymore. They went out of business, sadly. And Paige, with Amazon's return policy, they're pretty good as long as you order from Amazon, but not very good if you're ordering from a third-party vendor. So you're going to have to make sure that you return it within their window, and that can be a pain. We got hit with some textbooks this year as some online teachers changed their curriculum after we bought everything, but now we can't return it. So just be careful with that, with third-party vendors. And Jonathan, the barcode search on Kroger is from the homepage. I'm trying to get back there, but from the homepage, on the very top of the homepage, this search bar, if you just touch on that, it has a barcode scanner, but only from the homepage. Nowhere else are you going to be able to pull up that barcode scanner. Okay. So repeat where I get my meat. So Rose, I get my meat from the U.S. Foods Chef Store. It's in our area. There are only, I think, 4 now on the East Coast. They just opened one in Charleston. There's one in Charlotte, one in Columbia. They're building one in Savannah. So those are your 4 options in this neck of the woods. But there are restaurant supply stores or wholesale meat locations in other places. So that's what you really want to Google, is wholesale meats and what's in your area. And that's what we get. So I can get boneless, skinless chicken breasts for like $1.15 a pound. The grocery store cannot touch that. And ground beef is $2.49, $2.59 a pound. Again, the grocery store can't touch those either. So that is where we go. So what store ad can I use at Winn-Dixie? Winn-Dixie. They don't take, a lot of Winn-Dixies don't take competitor coupons, if that's what you're asking. Some do. You just need to ask your store what they accept, but a lot of them do not. So, Marilyn, it's just going to depend on what you have, and what your store is allowing. Okay. I think I hit everything on my list. So the big thing, if you're just getting started, is to remember that everything that is on the list on Southern Savers, it is 40% off. So just kind of follow that as you're getting started. Don't get overwhelmed. 10 items for grocery. If you're just getting started in drugstores, 2. 1 deal, get a reward. 1 more deal, go home. Do not buy anything else in the drugstore. Just keep it really, really small. So I posted my CVS deals earlier today and did a video for you guys. You do not need to do that if you're new. You need to buy 1 thing and then, go home if that's the case. But don't go huge. And that will totally stress you out for sure. So just keep it really small, really simple when you're first getting going for sure. Is just all around going to be a happy one. Let's see. Oh, what kind of cooler bag do I use to transport? Oh, so Lynn, I actually keep a ice chest in my car. Part of that is because I am walking a couple of stores to get unadvertised deals, so I'm not coming back right away, but we're also about 30 minutes from any grocery store. So that just having a big Suburban lets me do that. It's the life of with 5 kids, but it's just a little mini cooler that can hold anything frozen that we got and kind of makes life a little happier, though it is a rare moment for ice cream to make it home and be fully still ice cream in the end. Yeah. And Shanna, I'm with you. You know, I'm not a Kroger person, but knowing that they're there and having the ability to shop their deals, I would be sad if they all closed in my area too. So I do feel for you, on losing them all in your neck of the woods for sure. Okay, guys, I think I'm caught up. I'm trying to make sure between, everything that my husband sends me and, everything that y'all are doing. Let's see. Oh, okay. So your CRTs are not, okay. I gotcha. I understand now. He was clearing it up for me, but that was your name. I don't understand what CRTs you're talking about. So if you are going in and you're planning on a Catalina printing in a store and it's not printing, you want to follow up with the Catalina company. And the best way to do that, I put the link in the comments on Facebook, and we'll, stick the link in, on YouTube as well. But is to go to the Catalina company and just say, you know, I was expecting this to print and it didn't print. Now, if what you're talking about though are the coupons off of little items. So I just saw one. Hold please. So if you're talking about like this guy that prints when I just randomly buy an item, these are random. And I can't come back and get them to print these if they didn't print when I was checking out. What you do want to make sure is that first, that your store has paper in these machines and that your store has them working. And you could report that. They do have that option on their support page for I was in a store and the machine wasn't working at all. So maybe going that route if that's what you need to do, or talking to the store manager. But they should be printing when you are checking out in a number of stores. Now, you're never going to get one in Publix because they don't even run those machines, but Bilo, Winn-Dixie, Harris Teeter, Kroger, Target. There's a lot of machines running in a lot of those stores. So hopefully, you know, it's a paper issue or the machines are down in your store and you need to kind of take that up with the store manager. So Ruby says, I want to ask if I have the coupon apps on my tablet, will they still work without, if I have Wi-Fi or internet so that I can use the coupon? So Ruby, I don't need to use my data with them, but I do need to make sure that I am connected to the Wi-Fi to be able to submit any of them. So I could be off Wi-Fi and at least be able to look through some offers once it's pulled up. But if I am off Wi-Fi, it won't even load the app. If I didn't have it pulled up. Now, once it's pulled up, it'll keep pulling up. It won't try to re-pull all those deals. But if I try to do a search, the search won't work if I'm not connected. And I definitely cannot submit any of the apps whatsoever if I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi. So in the end, I got to be connected to something, but they're all happy for you to be connected to Wi-Fi and not need to be on your data plan for sure. If I have a coupon for free Heinz Mayo with the purchase of ketchup, does the Ibotta offer work? Yes. So that is the amazing part with mobile apps, Dolores, because I can always pair them with any coupon that I want. So this guy right here, I know I should just be pulling it up and showing it to you next to me on the screen, but this is Barilla Pasta. It's $1 off. We had a printable coupon for this. You have a coupon in your inserts for this. And I can pair those together. So it's $2 off of any Barilla pasta, which in some stores, Barilla pasta sauce, and in some stores it is $2. So it just makes it completely free. You're going to see that a lot. One of those being the corn product that I showed you earlier. So this corn meatless, soy-free chicken nuggets. We've got a $1 printable. It's buy one, get one at Publix starting on Wednesday. And this is a $3 off offer. Buy one, get one. I want to say it's only like $2 something after the sale. So you're going to end up making money just with this, but you can still use that $1 coupon in the store and then still come home and submit this as well. So completely free if all I wanted to do was use the Ibotta, but very big money maker once I pair in the printable and the Ibotta. So just so you can see both sides of that. And Lynn, you did not miss the Chef Store live video. I ended up doing a different live video. And Fridays for me right now have ended up being where I don't even leave my desk all day long but that's my goal, is to get there. It is not going to be this Friday because I'm going to be traveling for some workshops, but that is my plan, to do one. And if anything, maybe I'll just swing in there Wednesday when I'm walking stores, and y'all will just see me a couple times. We'll just try to get it done. I will put it and make it happen this week so that you can see what the inside of that store looks like and what their deals are. But yes, it will happen this week. I promise you, Lynn. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. I hope that this helps you guys. I hope we got through a number of your questions. Y'all kept me hopping tonight, which is great. And I will be back on with all the deals that we grabbed on Wednesday and the US Food Chef Store. We will also do the same thing every Monday night. So any questions that you have, you can send me a Facebook message or you can join in next week. Paige is asking if I ever do workshops in Florida. I'll go anywhere I'm asked, Paige. Lately, I've been in a lot of libraries. So I'm in the Spartanburg Library Thursday night here in South Carolina. I'm in the Hickory, North Carolina Library on Saturday morning. And then Beaufort, South Carolina in a couple weeks, but wherever folks want to have me. So if you've got an idea of where we could go, just shoot me a Facebook message, Paige, and we can start to work on it. But it's pretty easy to set up. So I'm always glad to go anywhere that I need to go. So thank you guys for joining me and for keeping my husband busy saying his hands. You guys have made him type up a storm tonight. So way to go. Way to make him work for it. So thanks again. Y'all have a great night, and I will talk